Hello, grade 10 and 11. So for today's task, you are going to be creating a map which shows the world's mega cities from the beginning of the 1950s to the end of 2030s. You're going to be taking the data from the World Bank. So please follow my instructions so you know exactly what to do. So let's go to our task here. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do is download the data here. Now, these are my verbal instructions, and you'll be able to see exactly what I do on the screen, but also you have your written instructions here, just in case you need more clarification. So let's click on the data, and you can see that you have 4 tabs here. We're going to click on the second tab, and we're going to go to the first file, which is called Largest Cities. Okay, so this has been downloaded now. Let's open that. And the first thing I'm going to do is delete rows 1 to 16. Okay, now I'm going to save my file, and I'm just going to call it Mega Cities 2. I already have a file called Mega Cities, so I'm just going to call this one Mega Cities 2. Okay, now what I need to do, I only need the data from 1950 to the end of 1955. So I'm going to go to 1960. I'm going to highlight all of the data from 1960. There's a lot of it. Okay. And I'm just going to delete this data. Okay, so now I have a spreadsheet showing 1950 to the end of 1955. So I'm going to go to Menu, Save As. I'm going to call this 1950s 2. And I need to save it as a CSV file. Okay, if you don't do this, it won't work. So please save as CSV. Okay, and I'll save to my desktop. Okay, so here I have my 1950s file. Now, I need to go back to Menu, and I need to open my Megacities file again. Okay, and now I only need the data for 1960s until the end of 1965. So I will delete all of the 1950s. Okay, and from 1970 onwards, I'm just going to go down and delete this data as well. Okay, so now I have all the data for the 1960s, and you're just going to follow the same steps. So I'm going to go to Menu, Save As, 1960s to CSV, save. Okay, so you can see here 1950s, 1960s. Okay, so what do I do next? Yep, you guessed it. You need to go to open your original file, and now you're going to get rid of 1950s and 1960s, and you only want the 1970s. Okay, and then from the 1980s again, you're going to delete and repeat the steps. So save as 1970s, and remember it has to be CSV. Okay, save. Okay, now you're going to repeat these steps until you have CSV files for the 1950s up until 2030s. Okay, and once you've done that, you need to go to ArcGIS. Okay, so you need to sign in. You all have your ArcGIS accounts. Okay, I'm going to use Google to sign in. So you should have all done this with your school emails. So if it's not working, make sure that you use your KIS Gmail to log in. Okay, and I'm going to click on Make a Map. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to import this data, these CSV files. Okay, so I go to Add Layer from File, and I find my files. So here I have 1950s. Has to be the CSV. So 1950s CSV. Okay, so I have all of my data here, but I need to show in ascending order. Okay, so I'm going to click on Attribute to Show, and I'm going to click Rank Order. And then I go to Options, and I'm going to click on Invert, because I want the biggest circle to be number 1. Okay, so if I click on Invert, you can see that number 1 is the biggest. Okay. So here's number 1 here, Tokyo. Okay, when you finish doing that, make sure you click Done so that you save your layer. Okay. Now I'm going to keep adding layers. 1960s. Okay, now I follow the same steps. So I click on Rank Order. I go to Options. I invert. I click OK. And then Done. Okay, so I've got my 2 layers here, 1960s, 1950s. (1970s) now. Import layer. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Rank order. Select drawing style. Options. Invert. Click on OK. Done. Okay, so I have 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. Okay, if I want to hide a layer, remember that I just click on the little tick. So now I only have the 1950s. Now I only have the 1960s. Now I only have the 1970s. And if you click on this, you can see the name of the country, the name of the city, and the rank order. So this was the fourth biggest city in the 1970s. Okay, so you're going to keep on doing this until you get to 2035, 2030s. And then once you've done that, once you have all your layers, make sure you click on Save, Save As, give it a title. You have to add a tag. Save map. Okay, so then you need to share it with me. So if you click on Share, make sure that this is public. Okay, you have your link here. So copy your link and then click Done. Okay, so you then need to upload to the Dropbox. So what you're going to do is you're going to open a document. Add your name, and the title of the task. Paste your link, file, make sure it is a hyperlink, and then click on File, Download as PDF, and then you're going to upload to the Dropbox. Okay. So good luck with this task. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be available online from 11 till 12, and also from 2 to 3. If you have any questions or if you need any help, please do let me know. Okay. Goodbye.